Have you ever wondered why the same pain keeps repeating in your life, no matter how hard you try to escape it? Why you find yourself in the same broken relationships, making the same mistakes, facing the same fears, again and again? Carl Jung revealed a terrifying truth. It's not bad luck, and it's not coincidence. It's your past, alive inside your unconscious, silently pulling the strings of your present and sabotaging your future. You think the past is behind you. You think the years have passed, the wounds have healed, and the ghosts of yesterday have finally left you alone. But Carl Jung warned us of a darker truth. The past never dies. It hides. It burrows into your unconscious, where it whispers in your decisions, shapes your fears, and sabotages your future. You are not free from it. You are still living inside it. Trauma does not vanish when time passes. It embeds itself in the hidden layers of the psyche. That harsh word from your childhood, the betrayal you endured, the abandonment you suffered. These experiences do not simply fade. They become archetypes within your unconscious. They dictate how you love, how you fight, how you trust, how you dream. And the tragedy is that you often mistake these patterns for your personality. You think, this is just who I am. But Jung reveals the painful truth. It is not who you are. It is what happened to you. Every time you sabotage a relationship because you fear being abandoned, that is the past speaking. Every time you hesitate to seize an opportunity because you still hear the voice telling you you're not good enough, that is the past holding the strings. Every time you explode in anger at something small, it is because the wound of yesterday has been touched again. The unconscious is not silent. It is alive. It contains every memory you wanted to forget, every emotion you buried, every shadow you denied. And until you make the unconscious conscious, Jung warns, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. This is the dark truth about trauma. You are not as free as you think. The past is still living in you. It is shaping your choices, writing your story, and quietly destroying the future you dream of. Jung believed the unconscious is not just a storehouse of forgotten memories. It is an active force that shapes our present. Every word you speak, every emotion you feel, every decision you make is filtered through layers of past experiences that you have buried but never resolved. The unconscious does not forget. It waits. Think of it like a shadow following you. You may not see it in the light of day, but it is always there. At moments of stress or intimacy, when your defenses weaken, the shadow steps forward. That sudden fear of abandonment when someone you love pulls away. That is the echo of a childhood wound. The rage that erupts when you feel disrespected. That is the unhealed pain of being silenced long ago. The emptiness that creeps in when you succeed. That is the unconscious reminding you of the voice that told you you'd never be enough. Trauma imprints itself in patterns. You do not simply remember the pain, you relive it. Each relationship, each opportunity, each failure becomes a stage on which the past plays itself out again and again. You think you are making choices, but in truth, the unconscious is repeating the script it wrote years ago. This is why Jung described trauma as a possession. You are possessed by what you refuse to face. And here lies the cruelest part. The unconscious does not care about your happiness. It cares about repetition. It seeks to replay the unresolved conflict until you finally confront it. This is why you are drawn to partners who hurt you in the same way. Why you sabotage your success just as it begins. Why you carry guilt for things you could not control. The unconscious is not punishing you. It is demanding that you face the wound you've hidden. But most people don't. They cover the pain with distractions, work, relationships, substances, endless noise. They tell themselves the past is gone, that they are stronger now, that what happened no longer matters. But Jung would remind you, the past you ignore becomes the future you cannot escape. This is the dark truth about trauma. It doesn't vanish. It evolves. It hides in the choices you think are yours, in the fears you call instincts, in the voices you mistake for your own. And until you confront it, you are not living freely. You are living as a prisoner of yesterday. How many of your choices are truly yours? And how many are ghosts of your past making the decision for you? Jung believed that much of what we call personality is actually trauma disguised as identity. You tell yourself, I am cautious, but maybe it was humiliation long ago that made you afraid to take risks. You tell yourself, I can't trust anyone, but perhaps it was abandonment, not wisdom, that wrote this script into your unconscious. You tell yourself, this is just who I am, but what if it's not? What if it's the past speaking through you, wearing your voice as a mask? This is the terrifying thought Jung forces us to face. The self you think is real may just be a collection of old wounds repeating themselves. When you look at the patterns in your life, the broken relationships, the fears, the failures, do you really believe they are accidents? Or are they echoes, the past replaying itself again and again until you finally confront it? The unconscious is like a hidden stage director. Outwardly, you believe you're improvising, making choices in the moment. But beneath the surface, the script is already written. Each hesitation, each fear, each sudden outburst, they're not random. They're rehearsals of an old drama you never finished. What if every time you sabotage your own happiness, it isn't weakness, but the past demanding to be seen? Jung warned that until we bring these buried truths to light, we are condemned to repeat them. The trauma you run from becomes the cycle you cannot escape. You think you're building a future, but you're only reliving yesterday. So ask yourself, are you truly living in the present? Or just replaying the wounds of your past over and over again? And if these words strike something inside you, don't just watch and forget. Take one small act of defiance. Break the cycle. Prove to yourself that you can act freely, here and now. Like this video, and remind yourself that even the smallest conscious choice is a step toward freedom. 4. Who would you be without your past? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Would you be stronger, braver, freer? Or would you be someone you can't even imagine? Jung believed that to face this question is to step into the most terrifying part of the psyche. Because when you strip away the trauma, the masks, the patterns, what remains? The truth is, most people never find out. They cling to their pain because it is familiar. They cling to their wounds because it feels safer to repeat the suffering they know than to risk a freedom they cannot see. The unconscious thrives in this silence. Every time you ignore the pull of your past, every time you say, I'm fine when you're breaking, every time you bury the truth, the unconscious grows stronger. And here lies the paradox. The very things you hide from are the only things that can set you free. Shadow work is Jung's answer. To turn toward the past, not away. To face the memories you swore you'd never revisit. To sit with the anger, the shame, the grief, and listen to them. Jung insisted that healing doesn't come from pretending the trauma isn't there. It comes from acknowledging it, integrating it, making it part of you instead of letting it secretly rule you. Are you willing to face the parts of yourself you've spent your whole life running from? Most people won't. They will bury their past in work, in relationships, in distractions. But the past is patient. It will return in your nightmares, in the partner who hurts you in the same way, in the mistakes you keep repeating, until you finally listen. Jung called this the process of individuation, becoming whole, not by rejecting the past, but by embracing it, not by denying the shadow, but by integrating it. To do this is not easy. It feels like death. But it is the only way to stop dying slowly in the cycle of repetition. And if these words resonate with you, if you feel the weight of your past pressing on your present, don't stay passive. Subscribe now and turn on the bell so you don't miss the truths that will help you confront the darkest parts of yourself. The cruelest truth Jung revealed is this: the past you refuse to face will shape the future you are forced to live. You cannot bury it deep enough. You cannot outrun it. The unconscious does not forget. It waits. And until you confront it, you are not free. Think about it. How many times have you said, "This time will be different," only to find yourself in the same pain, the same arguments, the same disappointments? How many times have you promised yourself you've moved on, only to realize you've carried the same wounds into a new life? Are you truly living, or are you just replaying the same trauma over and over again? Jung's dark truth is that healing requires confrontation, not escape, not denial. Confrontation. It means looking into the shadow, facing the memories you swore you'd forget, and claiming them as part of who you are. Because only when you own your past can you finally break free from it. And here lies the question you cannot avoid. Will you continue living as a prisoner of your past, or will you dare to face it and reclaim your future? If these words resonate with you, don't just watch and disappear. Act. Prove to yourself that you can take one small step today. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and continue this journey into the truths most people run from. But before you leave, remember this: the past isn't the only invisible chain that controls you. Even when you face your trauma, there is another force that manipulates your life: shame. Just like trauma, shame hides in the unconscious. It silences you. It keeps you small. It convinces you that you are broken beyond repair. And in the next video, we will uncover how shame becomes the hidden weapon that keeps you trapped in your past, and how to break free before it destroys everything.